I took these sounds and turned them into this. And that's exactly why I wanted to make this video. Sometimes all it takes is one interesting tool to unlock a completely new idea in your music. Hey everyone, this is Girish Hotur. I am a music producer based out of Bangalore. And I recently checked out 3 creative plugins that genuinely stood out to me. Each one opened up a different creative possibilities in the studio. If you are a producer, composer, or someone who simply loves experimenting with sound, I think you'll really enjoy this one. So in this video, I am going to show you how I turned everyday sounds into music using Bismat, how a simple vocal became more polished using InTune Performer, and how a basic loop can become something fresh and inspiring with Relooper. And if you enjoy music production, composing, and studio workflow content like this, consider subscribing. I share videos like this regularly, and I'd love to have you here. Alright, let's get right into it. The first plugin is Bismat by Lunacy. This one is genuinely wild in the best way possible. At its core, Bismat lets you take almost any sound, recordings, textures, random noises, and reshape them into something musical. It's almost like granular synthesis meets spectral sound design, but in a very playable, creative way. You can turn recordings into playable instruments, mangle audio into textures, create weird and creative sounds, and completely transform raw audio into something inspiring. In my case, I literally recorded keys, locks, knobs, and little mechanical sounds around the house. It started off sounding like, well, somebody trying to break into a house. But with Bismat, it turned into a beat groove with melody and this experimental musical character that I honestly didn't expect. What's fascinating is that Bismat isn't just processing audio, it's almost resynthesizing it, pulling out harmonic information, reshaping texture, and letting you play sound in a completely new way. That's what I love about tools like this. They make you think differently. You stop asking, what instrument should I use, and start asking, what sound can become an instrument? That shift is powerful creatively. Alright, Moving on to the next one. This is Antelope Audio's InTune Performer. Now this one is much simpler but very useful. If you work with vocals, this is one of those plugins that can quietly make a big difference. It's essentially a pitch correction tool. What I like here is that it's just two knobs. One controls how much correction you want and the other controls how naturally the correction moves. Simple, but actually very effective. The strength knob basically decides how hard the plugin pulls your vocal into tune, keep it low for natural polish, or push it up if you want the obvious tuned effect. The delay knob controls how quickly the tuning reacts. Faster settings give you that instant locked-in sound, while slower settings feel smoother and much more natural. I tried it on a vocal sample and the before and after difference was clean, musical, and really easy to dial in.
You're the fire in the cold, you're the light in the dark. You're the reason I keep fighting, you're my glow, you're my spark. You're the fire in the cold, you're the light in the dark. You're the reason I keep fighting, you're my glow, you're my spark.
No complicated setup, no overthinking, just insert and it starts working. And sometimes that simplicity is exactly what you need in a session. Alright, moving on to the next one. This is United Plugin's Relooper, and this one is just fun. The idea is simple. Take an existing loop, feed it in, and suddenly you've got fresh rhythmic ideas, chopped variations, and completely new movement from material you already had. What Relooper is doing underneath is slicing audio at transients, intelligently resequencing it, and generating rhythmic variations that still feel musical. So your loop stays familiar but feels fresh. I'm using a stock Logic loop for this, and what's exciting is hearing how quickly it becomes something different. That's valuable because sometimes we don't need more sounds, we just need a new perspective on the sounds we already have, and Relooper does exactly that. So if you've been feeling creatively stuck, tools like this can really help break patterns. And that's really the theme of this video. Creativity isn't always about buying new gear. Sometimes it's about just finding tools that help you hear differently. If any of these plugins caught your interest, I've left links to all of them in the description below through Plugin Boutique. And if you use them, it really helps support the channel at no extra cost to you. So be sure to use it. If you found value in this video, please do like, subscribe, and share this with your fellow composer friends. There's a lot more exciting music-related content coming your way. And if you're looking to take your song all the way to a polished master, I've made a complete video on Ozone 12. Watch it right here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.